This is Visitor's Book, and I'm Maya, your host. In this program, we're going to be meeting with diplomats and foreigners who live here in Pakistan, and we're going to find out what they really think about the country. So let's go. So today, we're meeting with the High Commissioner of Kenya, Professor Julius Kibet Bitok, and we've reached his office, so let's go see him. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Kenya High Commission.
Thank you so
Islamabad.
much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. How was it?
Thank you.
Okay.
So, how long has it been for you now? How long have you been here in Pakistan?
Okay. I've been here for the last 4.5 years.
Wow.
I came in early 2015.
Okay, so quite a long
and
time.
I've been here for 4.5 years now.
Okay, what did you have in your mind about Pakistan when you first heard you were coming here?
Well, as you may be aware, when you're outside there, not many people know about Pakistan.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you are told about Pakistan, you think about many different things. But when you come here, the experience is very, very different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we usually say Islamabad is the best kept secret.
Oh, wow.
Because what you know about Pakistan out there, what you find in Islamabad, are totally different things.
Really?
Yeah, when you come here, you find this place very, very homey, very interesting. But when you are posted the first time, you get a little bit surprised.
And where were you posted before? Which country?
Well, this is my first posting.
Oh, okay.
It's my first time to be an ambassador and to be a diplomat.
Okay.
Before that, I was teaching in the university for about 15 years. Yeah, I was teaching in the university in Kenya, Nairobi. Yeah, so it was my first experience, but I've enjoyed diplomacy.
Yeah.
The international politics, too many of them, and it's interesting, so to speak. Yeah.
So, can you tell me a little bit about what Kenya actually does here in Pakistan? I think not a lot of people are aware of your role in Pakistan.
Sure. Well, the relationship between Kenya and Pakistan is cordial. It's good. We've been having the relationship for the last 56 years since Kenya got its independence. And we have very strong historical ties. Kenya was a British colony, just like Pakistan. And Pakistan somehow assisted Kenya to attain our independence in 1963.
Oh, wow.
And I say that because we have a tri-word philosophy of Pakistan, which was founded by Muhammad Ali Jinnah.
Yes.
Which was faith,
unity,
and discipline.
Yes.
Yeah, it is faith, unity, and discipline. That was the rallying call for independence in Pakistan.
Yeah.
In Kenya, the rallying call was peace, love, and unity.
Okay.
By Jomo Kenyatta. So you can see there's some kind of similarity.
Yeah, sure.
The main issue was unity and peace. And of course, discipline is automatically comes in. So we have a very interesting common philosophy. And when I came here to present my credentials the first time, I met the president, and the president, Mamun Hussein, I don't know the name, and he told me that one of his mentors when he was young was Jomo Kenyatta, the founding father of Kenya.
Oh.
So he told me when they were young, they were looking at how Jomo Kenyatta, the founding father of Kenya, used to rally people to independence.
Yeah.
And that became his first mentor. And that helped him to propel him to politics until he became a president of Pakistan. And I found that very interesting.
Well, that is very interesting. I'm sure not a lot of people know that.
In addition to politics, or diplomacy generally, we have very strong trade ties with Pakistan. 80% of the tea consumed in Pakistan is from Kenya.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so
And
funny.
we are happy with that because Pakistanis love Kenyan tea.
Yeah.
They take it in the morning. They take it at break time, at 10 o'clock in the morning. They take it for lunch.
Yeah.
They take it for 4 o'clock. And they take it in the evening before they go to sleep. So
Exactly.
they love Kenyan tea. And Kenyan tea, by the way, is the finest tea in the world. Yeah, it's the finest tea in the world in terms of quality because of the soils. the tropical climate and that kind of thing. So we say that in Kenya we say we export black gold to Pakistan. So it is the black gold to Pakistan.
Excellent.
We really love it and we are happy about it.
Yeah.
We equally consume a lot of Pakistani rice because 80% of the rice also we consume in Kenya is from Pakistan.
Really?
So we say that is Pakistani white gold.
Okay.
So we bring here black gold, which is tea,
Yeah.
and they take to Kenya the white gold, which is rice. And the trade between the two countries now stands at around $1 billion both ways.
Yeah.
$1 billion, the highest in Africa. So we are doing well in terms of trade.
Yeah.
And of course, we also have other relationships with the military. We take their military equipment. We have agricultural machinery like tractors.
Yeah.
We import to Kenya. We also import pharmaceuticals, surgical equipment, and such other things. So the relationship is strong.
Yeah.
And it's looking up. So we are hoping that it's going to be better even as we move on.
Great. So where in Kenya are you actually from?
Okay. Well, I'm from the highlands, a town called Eldoret, in the western part of Kenya,
Wow.
where all the world champions in athletics come from.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
The marathoners, the top ones, come from my village.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
Did you ever get into sports?
And you know that has to do with the genes.
Yeah.
They become world class because in that area, it's a little bit highlands, it's a high area, and people there tend to have bigger lungs. That's why they're able to do the marathon very well.
Oh, seriously?
And 80% of the marathoners come from the same place in Kenya. And that is my place. That is my hometown.
Oh, that's great.
And it's in that place, that's where also we grow tea. We grow coffee. We also have a lot of agriculture. It's an agricultural area in the western part of Kenya. Yeah,
Very
it's called
interesting.
Eldoret.
Yeah, I've heard about that
Eldoret,
place.
yes.
So it's a relatively famous. Okay, so Kenya is obviously a very diverse country, right? It has a lot of different ethnicities and religions and languages as well, and that's kind of similar to Pakistan, right? Would you say there's any other similarities between the countries that you've noticed?
Well, as you have just rightly put it, Kenya is a diverse country.
Yeah.
We have 42 tribes in Kenya, or ethnicities, for that matter. And there are similarities between Kenya and Pakistan because you realize that the local language, or rather the national language of Kenya is called Swahili, which is a mixture of Arabic and the local language.
Really?
It's the same way, Urdu in Pakistan is a mixture of Arabic and the local language also.
Exactly.
So, but there are common words in Urdu, which are the same as in Swahili.
Okay.
For example, gari. Gari in Swahili is a car.
Oh, really?
But I want to say gari also in Urdu is a car.
That's so funny. I had no idea.
Askari is a Swahili word meaning a soldier. Askari also here is a soldier. So there are words which are common because we have all borrowed from Arabic. Yeah. And as you are aware, the first people to arrive in East Africa, or rather in Kenyan coast, were the Arabs. The same way the first people arrived in Pakistan when it was now Indian subcontinent were the Arabs. And they are the first people who really introduced the language. They interacted with the local people. And some of them will remain, they did not go back. The other thing which I want to tell you is that when the British arrived in Kenya in 1844, the first thing they did was to build the railway. And by that time, they had already come to Indian subcontinent, which includes Pakistan. And they did the railway. And they took so many people here from Indian subcontinent to go and work in Kenya. That is why we have a huge population of Pakistanis, Indians, in Kenya.
Yeah.
And some of those people were given a choice at independence, whether they want to come back to Pakistan, whether they want to go to Britain, or whether they want to become Kenyans.
Yeah.
Majority of them decided to become Kenyans, and they are even now. Like, I want to give you another example. The auto industry is a Pakistani-controlled business in Kenya.
Really?
If you need a car from Japan or from UK or wherever, you have to talk to a Pakistani. It's their domain.
Wow.
Yeah, they are very strong. So coming back to diversity, we are a very diverse society. And just like Pakistan, we have a structure of government where we have two levels. So we have the national government and 47 county governments. The same way Pakistan has a federal government and 4 provinces.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have 47 counties and we have 8 regions. So we have more or less a similar structure which we inherited from the British.
Yeah.
Of course, the other similarity is the language. English is our official language. The same way Pakistan also uses English as the official language. So the other thing which is common is food.
Yeah.
We eat a lot of rice, just like Pakistanis.
Yeah, and it's Pakistani rice, actually.
Also, Kenyans like meat.
Yeah.
The same way Pakistanis also like meat.
Yeah.
Like beef. They eat. There are a lot of beef eating in Kenya.
Okay.
In fact, the Kenyan signature meal is called nyama choma, roast meat.
Okay.
Yeah. So
lovely.
it's a signature. So when you go to Kenya, ask for nyama choma.
I will.
It's the best. It's the signature meal.
Okay.
For guests and for the Kenyan people.
Oh, that's great.
So the other thing which I may want to talk about is the dressing. I think because Kenya is also diverse, there are differences in dress codes.
Okay.
Just the same way we have in Pakistan. Probably one difference between Kenya and Pakistan is that in terms of religion, we are a secular state.
Yeah.
We don't have any state religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have any state religion, so it's an open country.
Yeah.
Which respects all religions. It respects Christians, Muslims, but majority of them, of course, are Christian.
But interestingly, you mentioned education system as a similarity, but actually Kenya has managed to make primary education free and compulsory, which is completely different to Pakistan, right? How did you manage to do that?
At independence in 1963, Kenya had inherited a system called 763.
Yeah.
7 years primary, 6 years secondary, and 3 years university.
Yeah.
And we used the system for like 30 years or thereabouts. 30 years But we realized that the British system had so many bottlenecks. So you are not able to go through that system very easily because there were many people who were dropping out after primary, many people were dropping out after secondary, and we have very few going to the university. So we changed our system in 1985 to 844, the American system, where a student goes to primary school for 8 years, they go to secondary school for 4 years, and they go to university for 4 years. And I want to tell you, Maya, that has been very transformative because we have gotten more people going to school. Right now, 80% of Kenyans are literate.
That's
have
amazing.
gone to school.
Yeah.
And it's created amazing results.
Yeah.
About 15 years ago, we introduced what we call free primary education. That was in 2003.
Okay.
And we've seen amazing results through that. We've seen double enrollments in terms of school.
Yeah.
And then after 7 years, when those kids reached standard 8, we introduced what we call free secondary school. So everybody else was transiting.
Oh, wow.
And as we are talking now, the transition rate from primary to secondary to university is 90%. When access is no longer a problem, the focus now has gone to quality. We want to ensure that this quality education
Yeah.
that is relevant to the needs of the society. So that is now where the focus is. That is why in the last 5 years, the government is now talking more about investing heavily in technical training institutions so that we equip these people with tangible skills that can be able to help them to make a living. So that is now where we are. But I want to say also, it's still on education. We are also very good in technology because Kenya now is number one in terms of mobile phone internet penetration.
Oh,
it is
really?
number one in the world in terms of internet mobile phone.
Wow.
There's no other country which beats Kenya, and it's surprising that even people in the villages are able to access internet using their mobile phones.
Yeah. So is there any cooperation between Pakistan and Kenya in terms of these things that you mentioned, maybe education or technology or anything like that? Any like student scholarships or any exchange programs that you have, anything like that?
As I said earlier, we have a very strong relationship between Kenya and Pakistan.
Yeah.
And we also have partnerships in culture and education.
Okay, great.
We have exchanges in education. We start with the military. There's usually military trainings between Kenya and Pakistan. Pakistani military go to Kenya for training. Military from Kenya sometimes come to Pakistan. We also have scholarships in technical areas like medicine, engineering, and pharmacy. We've seen a few students, not so many, come from Kenya to do pharmacy, doctor of pharmacy in Pakistan.
Oh, really?
So we have a few students who come at the university level for the first degree. So we are trying to deepen that relationship because we see there's a lot of opportunity in that area. Because Pakistan is good in medical courses, so to speak. They are good. They are a very good foundation. So we have a collaboration to that effect, and we are trying to deepen that relationship. Otherwise, the relationship are not very, very strong in terms of education. But we have a few students who come. Yeah. I think it's a way to go in the long run.
Great. Okay, time to take a short break. See you in a bit. Welcome back, and let's continue talking about Pakistan-Kenya relations. So you already mentioned this interesting connection that Pakistan and Kenya have from the colonial times when Pakistanis and Indians were moving to Kenya. Is that still happening? Other than like students going to Kenya, are Pakistanis going to Kenya for business? Anything like that happening anymore?
Well, I think we don't have so many Pakistanis moving to Kenya right now. Most of the Pakistanis who go to Kenya, they go there for trade, mainly. On either rice, pharmaceuticals, farm machinery, as I mentioned. Because looking at the statistics last year, there are close to like 10,000 Pakistanis who travel to Kenya. That number is low. Yeah. So, and majority of them are going there for business. They are not going there for leisure or tourism. So we have a lot of opportunity in tourism between the two countries. And as I said earlier, just to make an emphasis, Kenya received 2.2 million tourists last year.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And that is huge. Yeah. So when you look at 10,000 from Pakistan, we have a lot of opportunity. Yeah. So not many Pakistanis know about Kenya. Yeah. Because many of them, when you tell them about Kenya, they think Kenya is they don't understand. Yeah. And I like this show by Indus because now it's able to give us an opportunity to tell Pakistanis more about Kenya. Kenya is a land of safari. Yeah. And it is a very interesting country. And as I mentioned about Masai Mara, where there is wild-based migration, seeing the big five.
National park,
very beautiful national parks. We have the big five, the lion, the elephant, the cheetah, the rhino.
You have everything.
we have them in their natural setting.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you go there, you really have a lot of fun. You look at the animals. You have nice beach. We have nice beaches in Mombasa, very beautiful beaches that you can never find anywhere in the world. So in terms of tourism, we get visitors all over the world. And even as we are talking now, there are flights from Middle East, either Emirates or Qatar, flying not to Nairobi now, the capital city. They fly to the coast,
All right.
to the beach.
Yeah.
So Pakistanis can take advantage of that. And we're also working very hard now. We want to start flights by Kenya Airways to Karachi.
Oh, okay.
We are working very hard to ensure that we begin, because we realize that an airline is very important in boosting the trade between the two countries. And we think that way now we can be able to increase the traffic.
Yeah.
So otherwise tourism is good in Kenya. You can go for a safari, you can go climb Mount Kenya. I have a few ambassadors from Pakistan here who went last year to climb Mount Kenya.
No way.
Yeah, about five ambassadors who told me, well, arrange for us. I organized here, I gave them the visa, and they went.
Great.
And remember, Maya, we have a very flexible visa regime.
Okay.
Where Pakistanis who are interested in going to Kenya can get their visas either online or on arrival.
Yeah.
They can get their visas at the airport. So it's very convenient.
Yeah, that's very important.
So we expect that more Pakistanis can utilize that opportunity to travel to Kenya and enjoy themselves. And Kenya is not a very expensive destination. So there's huge opportunity for Pakistanis in Kenya for tourism. You know, Pakistanis are used to these traditional places in the east, in the west, but they can try Kenya.
Yeah, they should go to Africa.
Kenya is very safe. Kenya is very safe.
Is it? Has
Yeah,
the
it's very
security,
safe.
I mean, you've also suffered from terrorism-related violence, unfortunately, like Pakistan. So I think that's another similarity between the two countries. Has the security situation improved lately in Kenya?
Well, Kenya's security situation has really improved, just like the way it has happened in Pakistan.
Yeah.
And with more coordination within our security agencies right now.
Yeah.
And save for a few isolated cases.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we've not had major terrorism hits in the near past few years, except for like the one for the university and then one other in the mall. We've not had major issues. So we look at Nairobi or Kenya as a gateway to East and Central Africa.
Yeah.
Any serious businessman who wants to enter into the African market will think about Nairobi first as the gateway. So you go set your base there. Like when you go to telecommunication, the leading giants like Google, like Facebook, have set their African headquarters in Nairobi. So that tells you that Nairobi is really the place to...
It's like the hub.
This is a hub, actually.
Yeah.
It's an economic hub.
Yeah.
Economic and a commercial hub of East and Central Africa.
Amazing.
So when you're interested in Tanzania, you're interested in Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, then you set your base in Nairobi. So I've just talked mainly about trade in those regions, but coming back to tourism, I think we're doing good in tourism, and terrorism has been contained, just like the Pakistani government has done its best. When I came here 5 years ago, terrorism was really a big problem.
It was, yeah.
But right now, I want to thank the Pakistani government, Pakistani Defense Forces. They have done very well to contain terrorism.
Yes.
And I'm really impressed about their counter-terrorism strategies. They have done well to counter. And we are hoping that the new government and Imran Khan will be able to do more to ensure that they stamp the authority in issues to do with the counter-terrorism, so that Pakistan will be really a country of tourists too.
Yeah.
So we are really very optimistic, because we know that a strong Pakistan is a strong Kenya, because we have really strong ties.
That's true.
And we are sure that our interests are guaranteed if Pakistan grows stronger and more stronger. So we are really very optimistic as Kenya that Pakistan is going to even grow stronger, that Pakistan even will be more stable, will be more safer for all of us. If I may want to say that what Pakistan has gone through the last few years is really commendable. I commend the Defense Forces. They have done a wonderful job in trying to rid the country of terrorism. because extremism is a very complex thing.
Yeah.
And it's driven by many things, ideology, lack of resources, many complex things.
Yeah.
Philosophy and many other things. But I want to thank the government, and we are very, very optimistic that moving forward, the new government will even continue to focus on ensuring that terrorism is kicked out of this country completely.
Yeah.
Terrorists can hit anybody.
Yeah.
They can hit any country at any one given time. So we need to team up with the like-minded countries to ensure that we make the globe safe. Because now, internet, interconnectivity, communication, means of transport has become very convenient that somebody can plan things anywhere in the world and execute it anywhere.
Yeah.
So I want to say that we are really supporting efforts by Pakistani government to ensure that they counter terrorism, they manage their security, and we are also borrowing lessons from what they have done to be able to counter terrorism. Yeah. So as I said, for Kenya, we are not so much exposed.
Yeah, it's a bit
We are not so much exposed because our region is largely peaceful.
Yeah.
Our region, but you never know how the future will be. But for now, we are safe in as far as exposure is concerned.
It goes both ways. I think not a lot of Kenyans know much about Pakistan, and Pakistanis don't know much about Kenya. But do you think in the future more Kenyans would be interested in visiting Pakistan? Is Pakistan the kind of country that would in any way interest Kenyan tourists?
Well, your question is very interesting. You see, when you get very optimistic leadership, they can transform a country. I've read the book by the Singaporean Prime Minister who transformed Singapore from a third world country to a first world country. Yeah. It is possible to change a country. Nothing is impossible. Yeah. And I don't think we are at our best right now. Yeah. Our best is in the future. Our best days are in the future, either as a country and even individually. So to me, I think the leaders of Pakistan can transform this country into a first world country where everybody is safe. They can be able to kick out all kinds of extremism and terrorism if they chose and if they adopted policies that are in tandem with what really will change this country. Many countries, even Kenya, can change. And we actually, if you look at the last 50 years, there's been a lot of transformation. I've just told you, Kenya has transformed itself and risen in education, in technology. Exactly. We are seeing a lot of transformation in agriculture. And I can see we are moving. What is very important, according to the former Prime Minister of Singapore, is the vision. Yeah. Where are you? Are you so clear on where you've come from? Where you are? Do you understand? Like in Kenya, we have what we call Kenya's Vision 2030. Kenya's Vision 2030 has put Kenya into the radar to transform it to be a middle-income country by the year 2030. 2030 is about 11 years to go. Yeah. Kenya promulgated a new constitution in 2010 under the same Vision 2030. So the new constitution is one of the most progressive constitutions. We moved from hybrid system of government to presidential system of government, where the president is elected directly by the people. Right. We have a two bicameral House Parliament, where we have the National Assembly and Senate. We have 47 county governments and one federal or national government. So that is part of the Vision 2030. So politically speaking, we have a very progressive constitution which creates very clear separation of powers from the executive, legislature, and the judiciary. The current government in Kenya is called Jubilee Government. And under the Jubilee Government, they have identified what we call the Big Four agenda, which they are focusing on in the next 4 to 5 years. And in the Big Four agenda, we have one, they are focusing on healthcare, manufacturing. They want to make Kenya a manufacturing country. The other thing is housing, which also is common with Naya Pakistan.
Yeah.
They're also focusing on housing.
Yeah, absolutely.
They want to make housing, they want to create affordable housing for all Kenyans. And lastly, but not least, is food security. They want to ensure that the country is food secure. Those are the 4 areas the current regime is focusing on.
Yeah, Pakistan.
Maija,
definitely.
about Kenya and Pakistan relations. Now I think it's time to go and have a cup of tea.
Sure.
I've been talking about tea from Kenya.
Kenyan tea.
I do
sounds
not want you
wonderful.
to leave this place without enjoying Kenyan tea.
Oh,
because
amazing.
80% of Pakistanis enjoy it after all.
Yeah,
So, and,
we must try it.
I'm sure when you enjoy Kenyan tea, you'll have a story to tell about Kenyan tea when you
Absolutely.
leave this embassy. Otherwise, welcome for a cup of tea in my residence.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, time to take a short break. See you in a bit. Welcome back. We've reached the residence and it's time to try some Kenyan treats and some tea. But yeah, so can you tell me a little bit more about Kenyan food? Like you mentioned one of the dishes, but is there any other similarities between like Pakistani and Kenyan cuisine?
Foods which are common in Kenya, of course, is we have what we call ugali.
Okay.
Ugali is a mixture of maize flour and water.
Okay.
Then you make some kind of bread
All right. So
made of
kind of
maize flour.
like roti in Pakistan, like that.
Yeah, you don't make a roti type.
Okay.
This one you make kind of a ball.
Ah,
Yeah,
interesting.
a ball kind of.
Okay.
It's called ugali in traditional Kenyan name. The other one is chapati. Chapati is like a roti.
Yeah.
It's like
the
it's a
same
roti.
thing.
It's the same thing actually.
And
And that is made of wheat flour.
Yeah.
It's usually eaten at lunchtime. You can eat it with either beef or chicken, mutton, or you can eat it with peas, depending on what you really want to eat it with.
Yeah.
Similarly, the ugali can be eaten either lunchtime or evening, but it's the staple food in Kenya. It's called ugali.
Great.
Yeah. It's a kind of suji.
Okay. I
Suji.
see.
But this one,
Yeah.
made of maize flour. They don't put anything. They don't put sugar. They don't put just
very
water.
plain. Yeah.
And then you cook it. You put fire, and then it becomes compact. It's called ugali. It's the staple food in Kenya.
Wow.
In addition to that, we also consume a lot of rice,
Yeah.
particularly in the northern Kenya. Rice is the staple food. Yeah. In the western Kenya, ugali is the staple food.
Okay, so there's regional
So
differences.
Kenyans consider rice a little bit light food.
Okay.
Yeah. But you eat rice with either beef or vegetable, or you can eat it with chicken. You can eat it with fish, depending on what you want. Similarly, you can do the same with chapati.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I can say is common between Pakistan and Kenya is rice, chapati, beef, mutton, and fish and chicken.
Yeah.
That is common.
Great.
Yeah, it's very popular in Kenya. Like for example, during festive seasons, when you have a party, rice is very popular. Yeah.
Wow.
Kenyans prefer rice because it's easy to cook.
Sure.
You can serve many people at the same
Absolutely.
time.
Yeah.
And that is the main food during the partying season, particularly in December when there are ceremonies like wedding parties, birthday parties. We mainly eat rice during that time.
Is Kenyan food also very spicy or not so much?
Well, we got most of the spices from Pakistan and India, and Kenyans are not so much interested in spices like the Pakistanis here.
Yeah.
But they do also mind it because it has been introduced during the colonial period.
Yeah.
So So spices are common also now. Yeah, like Kenyans like tomatoes, they like chili,
Yeah.
they like onions. Yeah,
Yeah.
those ones are now the main spices. But it's not too spicy society. It's more mild spices.
Okay.
Is what most Kenyans prefer.
All right. How was it for you getting used to the Pakistani cuisine? Do you enjoy eating Pakistani food here?
Well, my principle has always been no experiments with the stomach.
Okay. I think that's a very good principle.
So I've always eaten what I know in Pakistan.
Okay.
And as I've told you, I always measured in the food I know from Kenya, like rice.
Yeah.
I don't mind beef. I don't mind chicken. I don't mind mutton.
Yeah.
I don't mind chapati, roti.
Yeah, exactly.
I know those ones.
Yeah.
So, but new things which I don't know, like prawns, which I didn't know in Kenya.
Oh, you don't
No
eat
experiments with the stomach.
Yeah.
Stomach experiments can be very dangerous.
Yeah, that's true. You can end up in the hospital.
Yeah. So I don't do those kind of experiments.
Yeah.
So what I don't know, I don't eat.
Okay.
It's been my principle since I came here 4.5 years ago. That no experiments with the stomach. All right. And one important thing also which I want to tell you, which I observed in food here, is I don't drink alcohol. So naturally, I'm very much at home in Pakistan.
Exactly. Very easy
because
country for you.
alcohol is not allowed in Pakistan.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is one thing which I really found very good for myself.
Okay, great. So what about your daily life here? I mean, you must be very busy being a diplomat. You must have so many gatherings and events to go to. But when you ever get a free moment, what do you like to do here in Islamabad?
My typical day starts like this. I wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. All right. I do some kind of prayers for like half an hour.
Okay.
And then prepare myself. I take my breakfast like between 6:30, 6:45 every morning. And then I go to my library.
Yeah.
I read for 2 hours every morning.
Oh, wow, that's a very good.
Between 7 and 9.
Wow.
And then 9 o'clock, I go to the office. I do my work in the office between 9 and 4.
Okay.
4 o'clock, I go to the gym for 2 hours.
Here inside the...
Yeah, I go to Islamabad Club.
Oh, okay, great.
Or Islamabad Club for 2 hours. After that, I come back. Then I go to National Day receptions at 7 o'clock up to 9 o'clock. From 9 to 10, I have a 1 hour meditation period.
Wow.
And then 10 o'clock, I go back to rest.
Yeah.
I sleep at 10.
That's a very good routine.
All right. Over the weekends, my program is different.
Yeah.
I wake up not very early. I wake up at around 7 o'clock. Yeah, 7 o'clock. And then I just get prepared. By 9 o'clock, I go to the office for like, I go to the office for like 2 hours to check whether there's anything pending.
Yeah.
And from there, from the office, I read for like 3 hours. Then when I take my lunch, I go for golf.
Oh, great.
In the afternoon, I go for golf.
Excellent.
Up to evening. So that's how my Saturday is usually, and even Sunday, largely. So I enjoy myself in
That's
Pakistan
great.
because I have time. I can read many books.
That's amazing.
I read books of people like James Allen. Yeah. And one of the best books I read is the one entitled The Mastery of Destiny by James Allen. My principle has also been the more knowledge you have, the better the quality of life.
Absolutely.
The way you see the world, the way you approach issues changes as you get more knowledge about the world.
Yeah.
So my objective last year was to read 100 books.
Wow.
In the year, but I didn't succeed.
You didn't?
I did 50.
Okay, but that's still very good. More than most people.
I did 50. Of course, more than many people around.
Yeah.
I did only 50, but I wanted 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
This year I've not been doing well, I've not been doing so well this year because I've been going home for breaks. So whenever I go home, my program changes a little bit.
Of course, yeah.
When I'm at home, because I'm with family. Family requires time.
Sure.
I don't even take time to read.
Yeah.
I just talk to them. I tell them stories about what I've been reading in Pakistan.
Yeah. Great.
So one of the fascinating things I have done while in my posting in Pakistan is to develop a program of intensive reading and intensive physical exercise.
Yeah. See, that's something
I
wanted to ask you more about, because you mentioned you're from a region that's produced a lot of professional athletes, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about sports in Kenya and Pakistan. So what do you think is the connection there?
Well, of course, Pakistan is king of cricket, as Kenya is the king of athletics. Yeah. Some of my friends are world champions.
Wow.
Ezekiel Kemboy, you know him? Have you heard of Ezekiel Kemboy?
Yeah.
The world record holder. Yeah. Daniel Komen. Have you ever heard of them?
Yeah.
And there are many. Those guys are brilliant on track. Yeah.
Wow.
Particularly in marathon. Like for example, 3,000 meters steeplechase. There's no country which has beaten Kenya in the Olympics in the last 56 years. No country.
Wow.
They have tried, all countries have tried, but they have never beaten them.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a talent. And as I told you, it is also internal.
Yeah.
It has to do with the genes.
Absolutely, yeah.
These guys have done research and have realized that they have bigger lungs. So they have more power.
Yeah, they get more oxygen,
Yeah, they are powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you cannot beat them.
Yeah.
Whenever you train one, you can't beat them. They are good in it.
No, that's
So that's where I come from. So Kenya is a sporting country.
Absolutely.
We are very good in athletics.
Yeah.
Mainly, we are not very good in cricket.
Yeah.
We used to have a team that was coming from Kenya to Pakistan.
Oh, really?
But Pakistan has beat us many times.
Oh, no.
And we are not coming anymore.
So that's done. Okay.
Because these guys are very strong in cricket.
Yeah.
Cricket is in there. And myself also have been going to watch cricket around. Initially, before I came to Pakistan, I didn't have quite a lot of information about cricket.
Yeah.
But now when I came here, now I follow cricket. Yeah, I'm a cricket fan.
Wow.
And I'm trying to reconstruct a team in Kenya so that they can come and play with Pakistanis.
Awesome.
But they come as underdogs, you know.
Yeah.
I have to look for a team which they don't have to play the national, but at least somewhere Super League or somewhere there.
Well, we'll see, maybe, in the coming years then.
In the coming years, we need to have more cultural and sporting exchange between Kenya and Pakistan.
Yeah, there are so many connections.
Yeah, sure.
So, have you gotten to travel to many places in Pakistan?
It's an interesting question. Of course, 4.5 years I learned. I have traveled widely in Pakistan, in the northern areas, Mari areas.
Oh, wow.
I've gone to Lahore countless number of times.
Yeah,
Because the provincial headquarters of Punjab.
Punjab, yeah.
I've gone to Islamabad. I've gone to Sialkot, Gujranwala, Jhelum.
Yeah, wow.
I've gone to many cities.
Yeah.
I've also gone to Karachi many times. So at least I can say confidently, I've traveled widely in Pakistan.
That's great.
At least I understand
Yeah.
what happens in Sindh. I can understand some 2-3 Sindhi words. I can understand the Pashtuns,
Yeah.
I can understand the Punjabis. And I understand what this society is all about.
That's great. That's very important.
And that is why I'm able now to discharge my mandate more easily. To be able, I now know what the Pakistanis expect. Yeah, they are very good people, very industrious, very hospitable.
Absolutely.
Very outgoing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they are very polite people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you talk about terrorism, you wonder, it's too polite.
Yeah.
Where does it come from?
Exactly.
Yeah. Where are those issues coming from? Anyway, all said and done, I think Pakistanis are great people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a country of great potential, brilliant people who have that kind of exposure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that they can be able to help. Because that kind of diaspora is a unique diaspora, which not all countries have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not all countries have.
Yeah.
So that kind of intelligentsia is what we need to transform this country. And for us, we are very optimistic that the future of Pakistan is very bright, that there are endless possibilities. And as I said earlier, we hope the new government is able to tap in those talents of Pakistanis inside Pakistan and outside Pakistan. By the way, there are very good Pakistanis who are well educated within Pakistan, good to top schools. And I know I have quite a number of friends whom we talk, and they are very intelligent. So, and once those talents are tapped, and we have those people mainstreamed to run affairs of government, then Pakistan will be transformed. I have no doubt in my mind that Pakistan will be transformed. I think they are on the right path, and it's up to them now to decide how to be able to take off from where they are now.
Okay, so we've finally reached the part of the program where I always ask my guests to sign our visitor's book. So, if you could please.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, just your name and your comments. Thank you, Indus News, for the great opportunity to interact with you. This opportunity is good for my country as the Pakistanis are able to know more about Kenya, the home of safari. Long live Pak-Kenya relations, Kenya-Pakistan Zindabad. Great. Thank you so much for having me. It has been such an interesting conversation with you. I've learned so much, and thank you especially for this wonderful tea and snacks. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, too. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. That's it for today. Please join me again next week. Goodbye.